Todd, another kind of familiar opponent for you in terms of the coaching. I just want to ask you how much that helps you, familiarity, having gone up against, uh, when you were Jets coach, you dealt with Flores a lot as an opponent. If that helps you at all or no?
No, because the coordinators are different, and a lot of players are different. The coordinators are different, so it's an entirely different scheme. So we got to prepare for them. We don't know that much about them, so we're doing as much film work as we can diligently and do our homework.
Last week, for you, for Kevin, from a coaching standpoint, what is that challenge like to literally be without basically the top three, the functional three at a position group?
You can't worry about it at the time. I've been coaching in this league over 20, 21 years. I might have had a healthy secondary, maybe 3 or 4 of them. So you try to, it's next man up. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You got to get them ready to play. It's our job as coaches to get everybody ready to play when they come in the building. And you survive and advance this early in the season. I thought those guys did a good job stepping in.
They were able to complete a ton of passes, but not a lot of big plays, kind of kept things in front. How much, in terms of doing what you asked them to do, did you get from Sherman, from Pierre?
Oh, he did exactly what I asked him to do. We knew everything was going to come out quick. We just limited the yak yards, and that we knew that kind of game was going to be like that, and we kept the score down, and that's what we tried to accomplish. But from Sherman, he's an experienced guy. He's a veteran. He's very smart. Still, that was a lot to come in off of 2 days of practice and go from there and in our scheme as well as this week. But we try to tweak the things according to what he's comfortable with as we watch practice and things that he can do without making everybody else feel uncomfortable as well. So it's a work in progress. Coach Ross does a good job getting all those guys caught up to speed, and Coach Rapone does a good job as well. So, it's just work in progress, and we're coaching football.
In terms of what he's got to learn, is it just a terminology thing? Is it scheme?
It's more terminology and scheme. I mean, he's played every coverage, so to speak, and we've tweaked some things, and every team is different as far as that's concerned. So getting comfortable with that and hearing it while out on the field on the run, that takes a lot, and getting comfortable with who he's playing with and understanding what they can and can't do takes a while, but he's adjusted on the fly. The great players expect a lot from themselves regardless of whether they played in a year or whether they played in a week, and he's one of them guys that challenges himself all the time, and that's what makes him one of the greatest. So you appreciate that as a coach.
How much more can he do, given that he's more comfortable this week and where he's been in the past? How much more do you think he can contribute this Sunday?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully he gets more comfortable. It's all about getting your legs underneath you and getting in football shape, so to speak. He's tough enough to get those type of things out, but we got to keep an eye on that as well, and we'll monitor the situation. And he's getting better, the past couple of days as he's practiced, but it's still only been a week. You know what I mean? It's been a week and a couple of days, so we want to make sure we don't overwork him and make sure he's comfortable and go from there.
Todd, how concerned are you with the penalties, especially since y'all played almost penalty-free down the stretch of last season?
It's the beginning of the year. You're always concerned about the penalties. We don't want them. Coach Arians talks about them all the time. We preach them, we teach them, and we got to get better at it. Some of the stuff is competitive. Some of the things we can avoid, and we're trying to avoid those.
You might be down a safety Sunday with Antoine in protocol, and you could probably get by with 3 safeties, but I saw where you guys protected Troy Warner on the practice squad. What has he shown you so far?
He's athletic and he's bright. He's running around. I don't really know what he can do physically because we're not in pads as much, but he's bright. He comes up to meet with everybody. He runs around well. He shows some intelligence. So, we're just trying to get him ready to play just in case he has to play.
Coach, from JPP, do you have some updates about his injuries?
Not at this time, I don't know.
When you face a team that struggled to run the ball like Miami has at the bottom of the league in yards rushing and per carry, how do you match up again? How do you go into a game like that, game plan-wise, knowing that you still have to focus on your ability to run the football despite the fact they haven't done it?
We don't look at the stats. We go into it the same way. We're trying to stop the run and force them to be one-dimensional and try to play the pass from there. So we know they got some very shifty and quick running backs, and they got a huge offensive line. And some of the games they got behind, they had to abandon it, and they were running the ball pretty good. So we got to prepare for the best team we're going to face.
I I've gotten in trouble asking you for the names of things in the past, but that goal line look with 6 D linemen, 3 linebackers, and 2 safeties, and no corners at all, is that just goal line? What do you call that?
That's just goal line. You didn't get in trouble last time. I laughed, but you didn't get in trouble.
Fair enough.